Hello everyone, welcome to History and Culture. In most people's impressions, monks are typically seen as abstaining from women and meat. And their diet is often thought to be primarily vegetarian. This perception has led many to believe that in China, monks who have renounced worldly life are usually thin, since vegetarian food is low in fat and light, which seemingly makes it difficult to gain weight. However, reality is often not as simple as we imagine. In fact, when we encounter monks in our daily life in China, most of them are round-faced and big-eared, and don't seem like they belong to a vegetarian group. This inevitably raises a question: is the food in the temples so rich that monks are eating this well? But when you truly see their daily meals, you might find that it's not surprising at all that they don't gain weight from eating these foods. According to some media reports, almost every city in China now has at least 2 temples, with some large cities having even more. As the number of temples increases, the incense offerings, a sign of worship, naturally grow stronger. This strong incense offering is closely tied to the monk's food budget. The greater the incense offering, the higher the temple's income, which means the monks' living conditions improve, and their meals get better. In reality, temples not only have monks but also often employ dedicated chefs who carefully prepare 3 meals a day for them. While the food in temples must be vegetarian, it's far from simple, it's actually quite rich. Although there are rules forbidding the consumption of meat, there are many different ways to eat vegetarian food. For example, foods like sweet potatoes, broad beans, and yam, which seem like ordinary vegetables, actually have higher calorie content than some meats. Eating these foods not only satisfies hunger but also provides plenty of energy. Additionally, monks' daily meals often include various fruits like apples, bananas, and lychees. These fruits are not only delicious but also have a considerable calorie content. And some fruits contain more sugar than many people expect, making it easy to gain weight if consumed in excess. Furthermore, in their kitchens, monks often use relatively large amounts of cooking oil, as it's the only way to make the dishes fragrant and tastier. It's easy to imagine that if an average person were to eat like this for a month, their weight might increase rapidly. Therefore, it's difficult for monks to avoid gaining weight when eating this way, even though it's vegetarian. In fact, the calories and fat content in these dishes might be higher than in many meat-based meals. Additionally, most people might not know that when Buddhism was first introduced to China, there was no explicit prohibition on monks eating meat. This prohibition actually emerged due to some changes that occurred during Buddhism's development in China. Buddhism originally came from ancient India, and over time, as it developed in China, it gradually formed a unique Chinese version of Buddhist beliefs and teachings. During this process, many customs and regulations from Indian Buddhism were modified, particularly those related to dietary restrictions. Many people may have seen in historical dramas that monks' diets are strictly vegetarian, with not a trace of minced meat. In fact, this change in diet can be traced back to the Eastern Han Dynasty. At that time, Emperor Ming of Han strongly advocated for Buddhism, which led to the widespread propagation of Buddhism in China. Many people began to convert to Buddhism and take monastic vows. However, this situation did not last for long. During the reign of Emperor Wu of Liang, the situation changed. Not only did Emperor Wu personally embrace Buddhism, but he also sought to encourage more people to join the monastic community. As a result, more and more people became monks, leading to many social issues, one of which was the stagnation of the national economy. With a large number of men becoming monks, the labor force in society significantly decreased, greatly affecting the economy. To address this issue, Emperor Wu decided to introduce a new rule in Buddhist teachings: monks must not eat the flesh of living beings. This rule quickly had an effect. Many nobles and officials, upon seeing this rule, hesitated. because they felt that a vegetarian lifestyle would be too difficult to bear. Gradually, the rule that monks should not eat meat became a tradition, which has been passed down to this day and remains a common practice in most temples. From that point onward, the rule that monks must not eat meat became an important precept in Chinese Buddhism. And even today, the vast majority of monks in temples continue to adhere to this regulation. It is worth mentioning that even though eating meat is not allowed, some monks still manage to maintain a nutritious diet, becoming plump and healthy. This is due to a few important reasons, aside from just good food. First, since monks cannot eat meat, they often compensate by eating more carbohydrate-rich foods to feel full. Rice and noodles are their common staples. Second, monks' daily habits can also accelerate their weight gain to some extent. In most modern Buddhist temples today, monks no longer walk long distances to chop firewood or fetch water. Modern facilities such as running water and gas are available in temples. Many times, monks in temples are simply chanting scriptures or attending lectures. For the most part, aside from meal times, the rest of the day is spent sitting, either meditating in the meditation hall, or occasionally checking their phones during leisure time. This lack of physical activity, combined with regular meals, naturally leads to weight gain. Some younger monks even enjoy drinking carbonated beverages with their meals, which over time contributes to their weight gain. However, this situation does not exist in some famous martial arts temples, such as the Shaolin Temple, where the monks who practice martial arts tend to be lean and fit. This is because their daily training ensures they meet the required level of physical activity. It is also worth noting that, compared to monks, Taoist priests in China are generally leaner, which is closely related to their lifestyle. Some Taoist priests maintain their health by practicing martial arts daily, while monks' daily activities are mostly focused on chanting scriptures and meditation, with a lack of sufficient physical exercise, which is an important reason for the difference in their physiques. In addition, the image of the Taoist founder is generally depicted as thin, so followers of Taoism often imitate the founder's appearance, believing that this reflects the cultivation of mind and spirit. Therefore, their dietary habits usually do not result in a plump appearance. In contrast, the founder of Buddhism, Siddhartha Gautama, is often depicted as plump and prosperous. As a result, some Buddhist followers, especially in the early Buddhist culture, often believed that being slightly overweight was a symbol of good fortune, representing the blessings of happiness, prosperity, and longevity. This cultural tradition has been passed down, leading many people to believe that Buddhism emphasizes inner peace and contentment, and does not necessarily require strict pursuit of weight loss. The phrase, "a broad mind and a plump body," may reflect this philosophy. Many Buddhists believe that by letting go of worldly distractions, their mindset becomes more relaxed, and their body and mind become healthier. By shedding burdens and slowing down life's pace, natural weight gain seems to symbolize inner tranquility. However, although a broad mind and a plump body may convey a relaxed attitude toward life, excessive weight gain can have negative impacts on health, leading to many physical problems. Therefore, whether in Buddhism or Taoism, proper dietary control remains important. Good physical health is essential for better practice and cultural transmission. This is the History and Culture channel. Liking and subscribing are the greatest help and support to us. Thank you everyone, and see you in the next time.